Hi everyone, so yesterday we had the patch notes coming out for patch 1.1 or season 1 in Diablo 4. You might have seen some of it already. I do have a TLDR video, and I'm also uploading a full version of like a 50-minute review of all of the patch notes here that you can watch very soon. But I want to talk about Lilith here. In particular, some of the busted builds that still exist. You might have seen this during pre-season. We had, for example, the Shred Druids with their 2 billion crits and these kind of things. And it turns out those builds still exist and they were not bug fixed. And the same is true, for example, for some other bugged builds like Bursting Venom's Rogue that can basically just like absolutely annihilate some of those builds. So this is not by me, this is here another video that I found from Specky532. And also here, for example, Lucky Luciano, who previously was already showing some setups here, how to defeat Uber Lilith with the Stagger Poison Rogue with Bursting Venoms, which is currently still bugged, where you can stand in those pools basically permanently, and then you have permanent poison imbuement. You can see this here right now, it's just permanently active, and you can also like spam the buttons, and if you do that, then for some reason you do a lot more damage than just holding down the button, and you see Lilith just dies. So this is obviously also a bug. There's actually two different bugs at work here. So they did fix some of the other bugged builds that we had, like kind of more minor ones, I'd say, like the Hammer of the Ancients on Barb, for example, that resulted in like an overall nerf of like 50% or so for that build. They did some other tweaks, and I think they also removed the rend, like infinite damage stacking stuff. So a few of those were fixed, but on the other hand, something like that is still in the game. Now, I think this is a bit of an issue. Well, I don't think that having strong builds in a game is a problem. It's more like we have like absolutely broken builds because they're just buggy, and there's like, you know, double dipping of modifiers going on and, you know, whatnot, and it's just like unintuitive, you know, way too powerful things that just trivialize some of the content. So that has not been addressed. So I wanted to call this out here and make sure that this is like visible, and maybe gonna see some fixes there. On the bright side though, it seems like they've actually nerfed Uber Lilith, at least the HP values seem lower than before. So if you look at this here, for example, I did some like estimations on this based on you know, some of my own attempts and some of like the videos I've seen, and I think that she had roughly 300 million HP in phase 1 and roughly 400 million in phase 2, and that seems to be significantly less now. So if you look at this here, she is like at something like 85% HP or so, and this druid just straight up one taps her with a 95 million and a 43 million. So previously at 85% HP, she would have something like 240 or so million, and now she is just straight up dead at that point with like 130 million damage, 140 million damage or so. So it seems like they quite significantly reduced her HP. Obviously we can't really tell exactly how much here because she's just dead. And you can see this again here where Lilith is something like maybe 26-27% HP. And then the next hit brings her down to maybe 4% or so. So I'd say this was around 18% HP. And there is a 37 million and a 16 million here. So this is roughly 54 million damage or so for almost 20% of her HP. So times 5, that is like, yeah, around maybe 250 million or so. That was actually not communicated in this patch. She definitely seems squishier now, and I've also seen other classes. I've seen like Bone Spear do it already relatively easily, even with the Bone Spear nerfs and all of the other offensive nerfs that have happened in this patch. So maybe this is also something to look out for. Of course, our defenses are reduced. I'm not sure if they adjusted any of those one-shot mechanics in the fight to make it a bit easier. I kind of doubt it, so I guess the waves still one-shot pretty much everyone. The skulls, I've seen some people tank a skull here and there, but those were barbs, so they're generally like tanky boys, and I'm not sure if that works for the other classes, but we'll see. Maybe if I have a bit of time tonight, I'm gonna maybe try it myself and make a Uber Lilith setup again, and just see how much easier or harder it feels with the changes, but it seems like it may be somewhere on a similar level. But for now, that's what I wanted to share here. Let me know what you think. I wish you good luck in Season 1, and see you guys next time.